Hi, I'm Chrissy with Vigilant Global Trade Services. I'm here with Jamie. Today we're going to talk about compliance assessments. What are compliance assessments and why are they important?
Compliance assessments are either an internal or an external review of your compliance processes. So it's a deep dive into your documentation, your policies, your procedures, and also assessing your, activities and possibly even your, entry and export documentation as part of an overall view to understand how the business is operating and its reasonable care and due diligence requirements being met. It is really now kind of a requirement, I think, both on the import and the export side, that these are done on a regular basis just to look and make sure that there aren't any skeletons hidden somewhere in the closet that could cause problems for an enforcement situation in the future.
And why are companies challenged to do an assessment?
I think the biggest thing comes down to time and resources. Compliance people are busy right now. There's so much with all the different tariffs and tariff structures to try and get the money back and duty drawback and, all the new sanctions and UFLPA. There's so much that's, inundating compliance professionals today that having the time to go in and do these really detailed assessments is just limited. And then also, they can be done externally, but budget often can be a challenge as well. So trying to work through those issues can be somewhat difficult in getting an assessment done.
Yeah, absolutely. And what helps drive a solid compliance assessment?
The biggest item there is a standardized methodology. Having a good procedure down of this is what the assessment is going to cover. This is the scope of the overall review. These are the the individual tasks that need to be accomplished. All of those pieces are really important in creating a solid compliance assessment. The other piece is getting executive buy-in. And I think that's probably one of the more challenging pieces, but there is a budget usually associated with this, either internal or externally. There's going to be time and money involved in completing one of these assessments. So having that executive support, having them understand why it's required, what the benefits of it are, and getting their buy-in, that will help drive everybody else to actively participate. Because that tends to be the challenge is you get folks like, well, why are you showing up? Why are you reviewing what I'm doing? But if the executives come down and say, hey, we're doing an assessment to drive compliance and efficiency within our business, then everybody gets on board to get in there and do it. I think the other thing is, making sure that you do, wherever possible, use a third party. It's good to have an external set of eyes. When I've audited in the past and done internal, you tend to not see the forest through the trees.
Yes.
And so it is really helpful to have someone from the outside come in, take a look at your business, review it. Vigilant is, we use this primarily when we're signing on a new client for a large managed services activity. They're going to be outsourcing a lot of their activity to us. We want to make sure we understand their business, we know where the challenges are so that we can help drive the best process for them on an ongoing basis. So these assessments become very important. It is an additional charge, but it's well worth it and it pays for itself in the long run.